Hey guys, Dr. Maximilian Zart here on the Discord channel. I'm known as the Iron Cairo. That's not Iron Churro. And today we have a tournament going on at Ground Zero Comics here in Strongsville. If you're in the Ohio area, Northeast Ohio area, definitely come by here. The owner gives great deals on Song of Ice and Fire models, as well as just about any other game or comic in the area. I hope you guys enjoy the following footage as you see some of our players rolling off and going against each other in tournament. Today we are running 30-point armies, 2-list format. Their first game is going to be Fire and Blood. Second game is going to be Clash of Kings. They already knew that. They also knew their opponents ahead of time, but not necessarily the opponent's armies. So they're digging into the Clash of Kings behind me. So we've already got the results from the first one. But if anyone has any questions on how the tournament ran or any input on how to help it out, feel free to comment, let me know. This is my first time as a tournament orchestrator. It's actually kind of funny getting a whole bunch of guys together and then me not actually playing the Game of Thrones game. So that's wearing me out a little bit. But other than that, it's been really fun to see how different players strategize and how they play. Sometimes it's really hard for me to keep my mouth shut and not tell people different card plays or actions that I might do, which I'm notorious for doing when we're just playing for fun. But it's been a really good time so far with the guys. Right now, some different armies have shown up really well, and some armies that I thought might have been really good didn't perform the way I expected. So it'll be interesting to see how this format ends up. The last game, I'm having our group do Dance of Dragons to determine who the final placements are. So after these first two games, we're going to use kind of win-loss, then point differential to determine the placings. Then we're going to pair everybody off that way. And then they're going to do Dance with Dragons. And the cool thing about that is nobody in our gaming group has done Dance with Dragons yet. So everyone is on even, uneven footing. So it should be pretty interesting to see how the different players play that. And they didn't know they were going to be playing Dance with Dragons until last night. So they had already submitted their army lists before they knew they were going to be playing that game mode. So it should be kind of interesting to see how some of the players accommodate tactically for that game mode. It'll be interesting for me to see because actually I've never played the game mode, even though we've played dozens and dozens of games. I kickstarted the game from the very start. We've been able to build our gaming group up to about a dozen or so. Right now we've got about 6 guys playing behind us. Of course, I would make a 7th. We couldn't get all the guys here today, but we wanted to make sure that with the Game Night 2 kit coming out, we kind of used that as prize support for the tournament. So it made sense for it to be on the day that we ended up having it. But you may notice it's a little Stark heavy today. Our normal group actually has a pretty nice array of each faction. So enjoy the footage. Like I said, feel free to comment. Having a lot of fun. And if you want to find me on Discord channel, I am the Iron Cairo. Usually you'll find me milling about the Wildling or the Bolton forums or the questions on rules forums. I'm usually on that one quite a bit too, asking the questions. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the content, man.
Hey, my name's Norm. I usually play a Lannister list, and I did today. We played 30 points, and we were doing Fire and Blood. And I was running 2 units of Knights and a unit of Crossbowmen with Tywin, and it played really well for me. The idea was to run the Knights up and kind of draw my enemy into me and shoot them up with the crossbow, and that worked really well. I won the game 11-0. And going into the next game, we'll be playing some Game of Thrones, and I'm going to try to run a new list. I'm going to use pyromancers instead of the crossbowmen, so we'll see how that works for me. But overall, I thought my card play was kind of what won the game today. Counterplot is super powerful, and even just pulling it off twice in the game can really mess up the plans of the other player. So hopefully we'll see another victory.
Hi, my name is David, and we just had a game here. I played against Derek, who was very gracious conqueror because I completely was destroyed by the end of round 2. So we didn't quite make it to the round 3, which I had hoped I'd get a little bit, hopefully get, if nothing else, a moral victory by killing a dog. So my dice were terrible. They always are. I'm never going to use those dice again. They were the Night's Watch dice. But I did kind of make some errors here and there, and he was able to capitalize, which was good too. So it's not just the dice gods. He did a great job. So it was a fun game. Still had fun losing. We were laughing. And I'm going to go to the corner and probably cry now. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Derek. I just finished a game with Dave here at Ground Zero, and I played Starks against his Night's Watch. It was a pretty fun game. I think it would have ended differently. I ended up winning. It might have ended up differently if the dice were a little bit kinder to Dave. My favorite unit in that army, as of right now, would probably be, I have Robb as my leader, and I put him in the Great Axis. It's really a great thing because you have the attachment that makes charges disorderly, and they're already a slow unit, so normally they're going to be charged a lot more than they are charging, so that helps for making them even more defendable and making enemies have to come to you. So, and also the fact that he's a leader, I don't really have to use 3 points to blow off on an attachment just to get the other wolf, so I use that 3 points to instead get Brandon Hodor, so I get both wolves. I think it's really better to, since I'm Starks, I try and swarm the other team, so I have more activations than them, so I can kind of control the field a little bit more and like get more attacks from the rear and flank, get more charges off. So it also cancels out the bit of the slowness from the Great Axis by giving me some wolves, allowing me to move a little bit more, especially if I'm playing like Clash of Kings. I can just throw a wolf there, and they aren't really worth any points. So if they get taken, then I can just go somewhere else, or it doesn't really cost me anything.
Hey guys, it's Dave again. Feeling a lot better because I decided to change my dice and they were a lot more favorable for me. We just played a different mode and did Clash of Kings, and so I got to play Brandon, who's not here right now. He might be cowering or crying in a corner somewhere now, but yeah, so I changed up my list. I had a different list as well, so it was kind of cool with our tournament format. We were able to have 2 different choices of army lists, and based on the game mode, we could then choose the actual what army we wanted to use, kind of thing. So that was fun. But yeah, this game went much better for me with Clash of Kings because of the node control and everything. It allows for some play with the different points that you can gain. Obviously, one of the best things is to try to kill the enemy commander in that instance, and luckily I was able to pull that off by the 3rd round. So we had some fun. It was good. We had some laughs. We have cried several times today, but it's been, I mean, just like any Game of Thrones episode, it's just been a flurry of emotion. So anyway, ready for the last game. Thanks.
Hey, this is Derek again. I just finished my 2nd match of the Song of Ice and Fire. I played Rick. We were both both playing Stark team. He had quite a few great axes and slower moving units. I think I was able to win because I had some faster units such as the horsemen. So what I did at the beginning is, after I immediately put my horseman down and I put him right to the second node. We were playing Clash of Kings. I put him in the middle node, which was worth 2 points, and it basically sat there the entire game. And then I used the other units to I started attacking him before he got a chance to attack me. My first blood was drawn against his berserkers and my great axes. I attacked him before he got to attack me back, and then after that I tried to get as many attacks before he could do anything, while at the same time putting him in a position to where if he chose to attack me, something else would happen, something worse possibly. So I was able to take out most of his units by doing that and moving faster than he moved.
All right, guys, I just played my third and final game for the tournament and got to play Norm. And he did a great job capitalizing on a new game mode that we played, which is Dance of Dragons, or Dance with Dragons, and kind of unique. I've never played that mode before, so it was really fun to try something different, especially working with how the objective tokens actually move with the units. Fun game, fun day overall. We had a good time playing, and everybody got along for the most part. There were none of the stinky free folk people here, so it was, pretty tame event, all things considered. But anyway, had a lot of fun and can't wait for the next one.
We are here with the tournament winner of our first tournament. This is Terry. He played the Night's Watch. That third game mode was Dance of Dragons. He went up as what I would call an underdog against our Stark player, Derek, who was rolling all over top of everybody. And so Terry got to play in this new game mode. And Terry, what did you think of the new game mode, playing in Dance of Dragons? That was different. What'd you think?
It's real different. When you grab the nodes, that's cool, but you also can't move very far. And I made a couple mistakes, but using the nodes, it definitely changes the game up.
Awesome. And then what did you see from his army that you were able to figure out? Because our other opponents weren't really able to figure Derek's army out. In fact, I think he tabled one of them. But at the end of that game, you had practically wiped him off the table. So what was different, or how did you attack that army differently? Or was it just that you see a lot of Starks, so you knew what to do to deal with them?
Yeah, I play Starks a lot. Really, I just charged in with Jon Snow with the Swarm Brothers, and I was able to get 11 dice on them, and I hit on 10 of them. And then he threw a panic test that cost him 3, so really that was it. Okay. And after taking that middle node from him, I kind of cornered his cavalry in the corner and went from there.
Couldn't do anything there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you looking forward to playing in another tournament?
Oh,
Now that
absolutely.
you played tournament, it's a different style of play than just playing at the house or playing at a gaming store here. But are you looking forward to doing another one? We got Origins coming up in June. That's actually a huge gaming tournament that'll happen for Song of Ice and Fire. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if it works in my schedule, I'm there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
He's going to go home with most likely a unit of conscripts because he's Night's Watch. He'll also get that special edition dice bag and that ruler. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and keep an eye out for more content from our gaming group.